I hope to come through the experience having gained an experience I didn't have before, that I'm going to learn and grow from. And even though there are days that I'd like to spend all day in my room, I can't do that. And the role that has been carved for me, that I have carved for myself, that was a niche that somehow needed to be filled, and I was there at the time, and it filled it to a certain extent. I can't walk away from that. I'm committed to that.
It's getting really noisy.
Jackie said you can't leave the room. Visualize this and you can't leave the room. So I didn't have any other choice but to try to shut my eyes and block it out, because it was already in my head. Because in a room I would sit and close my eyes and cover my ears if the noise was loud and block it out.
Fire alarm just went off too. Austin pulled that. Everybody still wants something. Nobody's staying quiet. There are certain things that will set her off, and there are certain strategies that I know that she uses because I know her body language pretty well. And so I know the things that she will do if it's a busier environment, if she's starting to feel a little uncomfortable, if she's worried because she's going to get bumped or touched, or demands are going to be placed on her when she's already starting to get stressed. And so just I kind of tried to just keep building on those and kept building it up if I, could. No, I can't go away. You don't have any words right now. How are you gonna tell me to go away and I don't understand? Hey.
Well, what I was feeling about my language at that point was that it was hard to get out. It was hard to process it. It's taking longer to process.
Does that help? Does that help? Does it get him out?
No.
Huh?
No.
No?
It brought back fear and apprehension and a feeling that I really shouldn't be in that room.
Can't do that.
It's hard to explain. Your brain gets agitated, but you're trying to have like coping skills, like covering your ears and eyes and stuff. And I thought I did pretty well with that. And then she had asked me about Chris. He couldn't really say that he was in pain, and then he just died.
And that was really hard?
What if you're 17?
Now we can read some Dr. Seuss. Very green pants? Huh? Nothing to scare me away? What was the line we used? What was the line we used? I got brickles in my
britches, but I stayed there anyway.
I got what?
Brickles in my britches, but I stayed there anyway.
I got what?
Brickles in my britches. And brickles in my britches, but I stayed there anyway.
Again.
And brickles
That
in my
doesn't sound like Dr.
britches.
Seuss yet.
There's been brickles in my britches, but I stayed there anyway.
Again.
Brickles in my britches, but I stayed there anyway.
Will you read the whole story for me?
Yes.
You want to hold the book?
Yes.
All right.
I think it enlightens me by getting me back to that point, and then realizing I can come out of it pretty quickly with like different. I mean, all it takes is like Dr. Seuss or my favorite picture books and stuff, and but if nobody knows that, then I would have taken a long time to get out of that.
Well, I felt bad. I mean, and of course uncomfortable because I'm not used to taking her there. I'm used to noticing the signs and bringing her out of there. I don't think I've ever intentionally tried to take her there.
I think because Jackie, Chuck, Graham, people will be on a set that know that, I'll be pulled out of that very quickly, I think.
Personally, I would not think she would do well. That's just from the years I've known her. I think she would do well as far as in if she had familiar people with her. It's that whole, like I said, she likes to keep people that she is familiar with close to her. as far as in production, because there's so much going on, so much, you know, move here, move there, that I think she would get overstimulated, which I know sometimes that affects her breakdowns and stuff. Whereas, I mean, even filming, I think would be a long time.
Yeah, I hope that Marty finds herself expanded as a human being, expands her mind with the challenges that will go into putting a movie together. I think it'll be a learning experience. I think she can bring back to us some of that Hollywood feeling that goes with putting a movie together. I think if she's able to cope and deal with the return to autism and then come back from that, I think she'll be a stronger person. And I think then she'll be able to bring back some of that additional experience to her job here.
I think the director using Marty in the role within the film is a wonderful way that would provide the depth that you know, actors and actresses have that ability to get into character and develop a character. I would say for someone with autism and someone, you know, that's bright in autism and the varying degrees, it would be very difficult, I think, for any actor to gather all of the personal and daily effect of autism. So, you know, having someone in that role that has that understanding and lives that and sees the world through autism would provide a lot more depth to a character.
Whether it will be painful for her to revisit some of that, I don't think any more so than any of us who revisit places in our lives that weren't as good. I think she's got so much insight. I think she's an amazing woman.
Being asked to do it, I don't think will affect her level of autism or her ability of autism. I worry a little bit about the feedback she'll get from other people because she is sensitive. And I don't think our world is kind to any actors.
Well, I hope she gets her message across more than anything. That's what I'm hoping. That's why I'm here for today. I think the avenues that she's chosen, as far as in letting people know about her conditions and stuff, is wonderful. And I'm more than gung-ho to push it. I think she will enjoy it. I know she's kind of scared right now because it is something different. But I think once she does it, I think she'll be very glad that she did.
I think Marty could do it. I really do. I think if she was comfortable enough with a character, which is loosely, I'm assuming, based on her, I think if she was supported in that environment, you know, I think she'd still need her Marty time. She'd still need her, I need to get away time, you're making me mad time, her, I need to just go away time.
I just think it's kind of neat for her because it's just like a big step from when she met my mom, no speaking whatsoever, now she's in a movie, so yeah.
I would hope that after seeing Normal Folk that they just walk away with a sense of acceptance and a good feeling of seeing sometimes the hidden talents and the hidden beauty within our children and adults who have autism.
I read stories about people and, the method acting and all this. I don't know anything about that. I've heard people do parts and they'll stay in character the entire movie, and it's like, I'm me. If you want me to do that, that's fine. And I think that if I started to sort of go back to that, I think people would say, we've stopped, so you need to stop flapping. You need to and you need to interact. We're going to sit and interact for a little bit because we've kind of talked about it here at the house a little bit, and I think that with those supports that would be fine.